The tea is exceptionally good today. Who made this? Very delicious. Hold on.
Hey, my cosmic cousins. It's your girl, Nova Charm, and welcome to another episode of Astrology Tea with Nova Charm. On today's episode, I wanted to talk about Pluto Direct in Aquarius. Now, y'all, this is the first time that Pluto has went direct in over 200 years in Aquarius, okay? So this is actually pretty legendary. We are talking about rebirth through revolution, honey. But before I get too deep into it, you already know what it is. Go ahead and hit that like. Go ahead and subscribe to your girl if you haven't already. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of this cosmic tea that I want to sip with you. Now let's get into it. Now, as I mentioned before, this is the first time in over 2 centuries that Pluto has moved direct in Aquarius. This is an awakening of the next chapter of a deep transformation for everybody. And it's just based on where Aquarius sits in your chart, on where this deep transformation is taking place. Now, Aquarius goes direct on October 13th, but up until this point, we have been dealing with that retrograde energy. And if you've been following some of my videos, then you already know that a big theme about all of this energy has been dismantling the old systems and giving yourself a vision of what you want your new life and your new world to reflect and to look like. Now that Pluto is going direct, honey, it's go time. We are shifting from that inner purging energy to that outer power. We did all that deep introspect, and now it's time to take a conscious, intentional action that is in alignment with the new version of ourselves that we've been forming in the dark. Now, just a briefing of Pluto energy. Pluto represents that metamorphosis, that transformation, that death and rebirth energy. It also deals with our inner power, ancestral gifts, shared resources, and those secrets. Now, Aquarius is that rebel. It is that unique alien that stands on its own and goes against the system. Aquarius energy is all about the people. It's all about liberation, innovation, being that humanitarian, and also individuality. Aquarius does not do rules. And as a matter of fact, the last time Aquarius went over to Pluto, which was like back in the 1700s, like 1778 to like 1798. Aquarius never took its ass back to Saturn. It never went home because in 1781, Uranus was discovered. And Aquarius packed its bags and moved over there, okay? Now, during this time, there was also massive change in the world at that time as well. I mean, we talking the American Revolutionary War, the French Revolutionary War, the Haitian Revolutionary War, the Industrial Revolutionary War. Like, it was just going down. And as you can see, it's currently going down now. During this time, the hierarchies were literally dismantled. So, as you can see, we definitely on track, okay? Now, currently dealing with this energy with the Aquarius and Pluto. And Aquarius been acting a fool over there in Pluto. I don't know if y'all heard or not, but Pluto been in and out of bounds since Aquarius got over there. Like, it's literally moving beyond the sun's apparent path, causing its influence to be amplified or unbound or ungovernable. Yeah, that's very much Aquarius. That is very much Aquarius, okay? Now, up until this point, we've been dealing with this energy, but in a retrograde aspect. So it was more about inner shadows, control issues, fears of rejections, and power struggles. We all just suddenly had this need to want to be seen different or special in some kind of way. But now that Pluto is direct, all that interior work will definitely be manifesting itself externally now. Like, it's really giving the energy of coming out of that cocoon into your beautiful butterfly self and really embodying that new change. It's time to reclaim our power through authenticity and taking that dark shadow and bringing it into the light. Here are some examples of some of the inner shadow work that's going to be moving forward that you may see in your day-to-day. Now, we're going to take that shadow of detachment and turn it into the light of visionary connection. Now, you may have gone through a period where you've withdrawn emotionally or detached yourself from people or groups that did not align with your truth. Now it's time for you to reconnect with a higher level of awareness, using detachment as discernment, not avoidance. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is turn that shadow of rebellion into the light of revolution. Instead of just rebelling just to be free, we are now guided to build something new. That same energy that once resisted structure is now ready to innovate and reform outdated systems. And that's in all of our lives, our work, and our beliefs. And lastly, we're going to turn the shadow of isolation into the light of collective empowerment. Now, Pluto's retrograde had us all feeling like outsiders. I'm sure a lot of us collectively felt like we no longer fit in a lot of the spaces that we were in. Now that our individuality has become our superpower, we're going to attract our soul tribe, the community that aligns with our greater good and to the highest degree of energy that we're headed. Now, this energy is very special because right now we have a Grand Air Trine energy in the air. And this basically means that all of the air signs are outside. They all came outside, okay? Aquarius over direct in Pluto. Then you got Gemini over in Uranus. And Libra, of course, is taking the light in the sun. And it also went ahead and went back home in Venus for a little visit. And it just gives this booming air energy of revolutionary harmony, new connections, new thinking, and new freedom, okay? The element of air rules the mind, the communication, the community, and the vision. So this trine actually creates a mental awakening for humanity. The collective becomes more aware of how our thoughts shape reality and how connections is the true currency of this new era. We're going to definitely see ideas spreading faster. We're going to see people becoming more curious. We're definitely going to see people more willing to collaborate with one another. I mean, this energy literally gives a syncing of the mind, heart, and the soul. This energy literally says that power isn't control, it is connection. So as you can see, this energy is right on time. Now, of course, with all this air energy present, we do want to be careful of overthinking, judgment, and detachment. Now, y'all know I had to throw my little PSA out there. I always got to let you know. Overall, this energy is going to give us an awareness, open dialogue, and a higher connection. And I, for one, am very excited for it. I mean, we have never witnessed it. I mean, my grandparents have never witnessed it. I don't think their grandparents have ever witnessed it. I'm trying to think back 200 years. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, none of us in this lifetime has ever witnessed the energy that we're getting ready to see. And it's going to be exciting. Now, real quickly, I wanted to go through the houses just so we could get an idea of what it would look like for you based on where Aquarius sits in your chart. Now, if you're an Aquarius rising, this means that it sits in your first house, of course. Now, this is your identity and your self-image. Now, up until this point, your shadow work has been looking like releasing fears around visibility, control, and your self-expression. Now for your transformation, it's time for you to step into your power unapologetically. After that deep inner work, it is your new era. How people view you is going to change completely. People will feel your presence. This rebirth is a rebirth of your entire identity. No more playing it small for you, okay, Pookie Butt? It's time for you to stand in your power. And just because I love y'all so much, I'm going to give y'all a mantra per your house, okay? So for my first house, your mantra is, I am the embodiment of my truth. Okay? Ashe. Now, if Aquarius sits in your second house, which deals with your values, money, and self-worth, you are dealing with shadow work with letting go of scarcity, thinking and dependency on external validation instead of realizing your own internal worth. So you were really thinking about your self-worth around this time. Your transformation basically shows that you understand your value now and that your energy becomes magnetic for abundance based on the worthiness that you have put on yourself. Now, Pluto Direct helps you rebuild financial stability from a place of empowerment and self-trust and not validation. Now, if Aquarius is in your second house, your mantra is going to be, I create from worthiness, not fear. Now, moving on to my third house, Aquarians. Now, this is dealing with the mind, communication, and your siblings. Your shadow work during this time was centered around releasing fear of not being heard or the habit of speaking from defense instead of truth. Through this and within your transformation, you have learned that your voice is becoming powerful and influential. You're ready to express radical, authentic ideas and also shift in collective conversations. Now, your mantra is, "My words carry light and revolution." Now, for my cosmic cousins who Aquarius sits in their fourth house, which fourth house deals with home roots and emotional safety, you were probably dealing with a lot of healing generational trauma. You were really going deep. And this was kind of centered around control dynamics within the family or the need to emotionally isolate. Now, your transformation is building the emotional freedom. You're creating a home and environment that reflects your growth, your foundation, and transforming from survival to soul nourishment. And your mantra is, "I am safe to rebuild and be free." Now, if Aquarius sits in your fifth house, which fifth house deals with your creativity, your romance/dating life, and your inner child. Now, during that reflection time, you were probably dealing with your fear of rejection, your creative suppression, or giving away your power in love. Now, through all that shadow work, you have learned that reclaiming your joy and passion is a must. Pluto Direct ignites both your self-expression and your creative gifts, and a little bit of your love life, and it's going to mirror your transformation. So hopefully you made it a good one. Your mantra is going to be, "My authenticity is my art." Now, if Aquarius sits in your sixth house, which deals with work, health, and daily routines, you are dealing with a lot of shadow work around releasing burnout, the idea of perfectionism, and just this overwhelming feel of enslavement to your responsibilities. Now, with your transformation, your energy is feeling like building new systems to serve for your higher self. Pluto Direct empowers you to create balance, honoring both discipline and freedom in your daily life. And your mantra is, "I serve from alignment, not obligation." Now, if Aquarius sits in your seventh house, which deals with relationships and partnerships, your shadow work was definitely dealing with power struggles, control issues, or your fear of intimacy and equality. But through that shadow and through this transformation, you have learned to see yourself as a reflection through others. You attract connections rooted in your mutual respect and authenticity, and you lead with wholeness and not need. Your mantra is, "I choose partnerships that empower, not confine." Now, if Aquarius sits in your eighth house, which eighth house deals with transformations, shared resources, and intimacy, you were really letting go of fear around loss, betrayal, and giving away personal power. This one was probably a really deep one for you, seeing as how, the eighth house is the Pluto house. Nevertheless, you've made it through. And through that, you have had a phoenix moment, a rise from the ashes, where you are officially reborn into your emotional and spiritual higher self. You have been empowered through your vulnerability and your truth. Your mantra is, "Through surrender, I rise." Now, if Aquarius sits in your ninth house, which your ninth house deals with beliefs, expansions, and your higher learning, you were dealing with a lot of shadow work around releasing limiting beliefs and inheriting the dogma that restricted your freedom. You were definitely focused on being more positive, more optimistic, and through all that hard work in your transformation, you have now awakened into your new world view. Pluto Direct empowers you to teach, share, and lead with wisdom based on your own experiences and not old conditioning. Your mantra is, "My truth sets me free." Now, for my 10th house Aquarians, the 10th house, of course, dealing with your career legacy and your public life, you are dealing with shadow work surrounded around your fear of failure, reputation, obsession, or power struggles with authority. Your transformation has actually allowed you to step into your true calling. Pluto Direct pushes you to lead authentically, even if it means redefining success. Now, your mantra is, "I rise by being real." Now, if Aquarius falls in your 11th house, which deals with your community goals and collective vision, your shadow work was probably surrounded around releasing fears of rejection, belonging, and needing approval from groups. Your transformation looks like finding your true tribe. those who align with your soul mission. Pluto Direct calls you to use your voice for a collective healing and progress. Now, your mantra is, my uniqueness uplifts the whole. And finally, for my 12th house Aquarians, which 12th house deals with subconscious healing and spiritual growth. And you are dealing with a lot of shadow work facing around hidden fears, your self-sabotage, and your karmic patterns from your past. Now, through your transformation, you've been able to deal with your shadows. You will now emerge spiritually renewed. Pluto Direct gives you the psychic strength and the divine insight. Your inner world is your power source. And your mantra is, I am reborn through faith and surrender. Now, the collective message for this energy is, this marks a new era of power redistribution. The authority is shifting, and we can see it in real time. And this is from few to many. People all over the world are awakening to their voice, their influence, and their right to and redefine what freedom, equality, and authenticity truly mean. Pluto Direct in Aquarius pushes us to act on the awareness we gained during the retrograde. It's no longer about hiding your transformation. It's about living it out loud. Now, before I get up out of here, I do have a few affirmations for the collective. You know I always got y'all on some affirmations now. My first affirmation is, I embrace my transformation and lead with authenticity. Now, my second affirmation is, I release control and align with my higher purpose. And my third and final affirmation is, the revolution begins within me. Yeah, I know you heard that within your spirit. Now, that's all I have for you on this topic, Cosmic Cousins. Now, of course, if you love this video, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and comment how this energy is affecting you. And go ahead and share it with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of this cosmic tea that I have to sip with you. And I'm out, Cosmic Cousins.